And a good early afternoon to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Cold temperatures in the area eventually is going to see moderation work in on a kind of a southwesterly flow aloft. This is the 500 hectopascal thicknesses. You can see the kind of trough here in the sort of mid-latitude, and that's what's going to bring in a little bit of off and on some scattered snow showers or flurries. Really not a whole lot going on here for much of this week. Temperatures will be kind of marginal and continuing to moderate just a little bit, but a big push of moderation happens late in the week, and I'll explore that with the European model and take a good look at that. In the meantime, otherwise, we're not looking at a whole lot of utility impacts up until the very end, unfortunately landing on the holiday, so manpower issues could be with us. We'll have to wait and see if this is going to become an important storm, but looks like we have gradient winds and a pretty good slug of moisture along with a spike of warming temperatures. Looking at the latest European, we have a nice area of higher pressure that's giving us a lot of sunshine, just filtering the sun a little bit in the high cloudiness that's in the area here. And you can see this area of higher pressure then gets pushed a little bit off the coast, kind of weakens a bit. And then we have a little bit of precipitation in the form of some snow shower and flurry action that's going to work in late overnight tonight. Some flurries knocking on the door, northwest corner of the state during the morning hours. A little bit of a let-up, and then secondary, a little bit of business comes in during the night tomorrow, and a little bit better chances, about 1/10 of an inch. So there could be a dusting to about an inch in some locations. We're talking minor accumulation, a little bit of wet snow, or just basically moderate snow, dendrites. Then that kind of works on out. We have a little bit of a break in between that's developed most recently in the models on Monday, and then you can see a little bit more that sort of Alberta Clipper system, kind of a shortwave trough that then works on through, introduces a little bit more snow shower activity. This would be Monday night into the day on Tuesday, and that system goes off the coast. A little bit blustery here as the pressure gradients, this Clipper and intensifies just a bit, and the pressure gradient gets a little bit tighter, so we could see some stronger gusty west and northwest winds. These are going to be under thresholds, not an issue. And then that moves on by. Another area of higher pressure builds in on Wednesday, so we're looking at a pretty decent day then. Good project weather. That system moves on out. Now, as we get late in the week here, this area of higher pressure has been around 1040 hectopascal. Pretty strong surface area of higher pressure. It has since weakened, at least on the modeling, up to 1039, but pulling away. And this is what we have to watch here for pressure gradient-wise. Also, a major push. Got moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. This would look like thunderstorms here with the system that's going to be a cutter. It's going to kind of move in a little bit complex, double centers. And then you can see as that tracks in, pressure gradients increase, but so does that moisture. And as we get into Christmas Eve, we're talking Thursday late in the day, Thursday into Thursday night, Christmas Eve night, and then into the day on Friday, Christmas Day. You can see this is about 12Z, about 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day. Some pretty good hefty amounts of rainfall, mostly in our southern and central areas. Precipitable water amounts, pretty hefty. The PWATS are up there around 2 to 4 standard deviation, and we'll show you that. You can see potentially some pretty good rainfall here and a warm surge here. A lot of fog. It's going to melt out a lot of snow. That's all going to take place, it looks like, during the Christmas Eve night, Thursday night, into the day on Friday, which is just beyond the period. Once that moves on by, colder air circulates in on the backside. Not especially a strong pressure gradient, kind of marginal really. So I'm not anticipating any super duper westerly winds, at least if it stays like this. And then as we get into Sunday, we're going to find drier weather begin to work in. This, of course, is beyond the period. Looking at the precipitable water, as I mentioned earlier, this is our weather system. Actually, it's going to be coming in. This is Sunday, so right here. So we have some jet stream energy that is really on way out in the western Pacific right now, and it's going to be coming around and eventually dropping in over a ridge of higher pressure and digging a much stronger trough of lower pressure. And the precipitable water, you can see how it increases here. Pretty amazing. And we're talking anywhere from 2 to 4, maybe even 5 standard deviations, sigma there. So That system then moves on out, and this is going to give us a pretty good shot of a soaking rain. I've seen this in recent years where right about the Christmas holiday, either a little bit before or right during it, we get a big slug of rain, not snow. Looking at the Jeff's model, the GFS Ensemble, Canadian Ensemble, a couple of points here to look at. Not a big deal, but this is our system that's heading toward the late part of the week, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. It's a pretty good hefty one. And the total amount of QPF is not a huge deal, but it's a little higher, and we're looking at rising around 1 inch or so through that period. And this is the Weather Prediction Center total 7-day QPF, which goes into that storm, and you can see some of the amounts here. We're up around 1.5, 2.5 inches, and it's a pretty good slug of moisture we're going to be watching late in the week toward Christmas holiday there, and then of course it exits and gets colder. Quick look at the setup right now with the climate reanalyzer. You can see cold air is dropping in through parts of northern and western Canada, including Alaska. The pole is seeing some high latitude blocking, and also some warming that has now moved on in, and that's what's going to be with us. 2-meter temperature profile, and of course see the plot with the European on top of that. This blue line here is the latest, most deterministic run of the Jeff's 06Z, and temperatures in the 50s, and the European echoes that pretty well. The GFS and the European has been on top of this consistently, unlike last time around, where the storm that we had just most recently, the GFS didn't even have it until a couple days ahead of it. Now at 850 hectopascal, we'll show you this. This is what it looks like, approximate height of the top of Mount Mansfield, about 4,000 plus, and the only time it goes above freezing is roughly just ahead of that storm system, and that's going to give us that rain. Meteorological output statistics, weighted temperatures for the next 5 days. These are just high temperatures only, about 6 to 9 degrees above normal. And then we cool it off just a little bit, 3 to 6 degrees, as that colder air works in and takes all that rain and moderate warmth out of the region. This is a daily snow extent across North America, and the red line is 2021. You can see how it compares in the past. And just note how sort of up and down it has been. We were way ahead here in November, and then we backed off through the months. Basically, it was October that did that, and then November kind of chilled on the snowfalls, of course. And then most recently it's increased, and that's mainly due to that bigger storm we just saw. Comparison shopping in a sense here, looking at this is the at the stake atop Mount Mansfield. This is average total snowfall typically, and we've been seeing sort of up and down on the totals year by year, a lot of variability. And if anything, we're starting way beyond normal here, much later than usual. And here's where we are right now. And of course, this is Mount Mansfield. Now, you go 50 miles to the south, and this is way above normal. So that's the way it's setting up at this point. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.